that it's hard for us who are really in the middle of all this researching it to believe it. But and that takes me back to this, and this is my question. A bunch of people, I mean, it was more than 30. I've tried to count them all up, but private contractors, Army personnel from Afghanistan, from Iraq, they went to prison for torturing. But then we got the John Yoo White House memos and the Alberto Gonzales memos, and it was confirmed that Bush and Cheney had ordered it and said they could even torture kids in front of people. And the Washington Post lauded it in a 2002 article that's in my film, Road to Tyranny, and said, yeah, we do stuff to kids in front of their parents. So they're trying to sell us on the evil. Bush comes out and says, yeah, I ordered torture, I do it again. So how do the people that got caught go to prison, but then the people that give the order don't? I mean, I think that makes your point for you.
I suppose that the executive branch feels it can do whatever it wants. Look, Alex, I saw a report today, the latest poll of public support or lack thereof for the war in Afghanistan. Over 2/3 of the American people have turned against this war. And yet we had the Pentagon chief, Gates, the other day say that it doesn't matter what the American people think. We're committed to this war, and we don't care what the people think. And yet, while they say that out of one side of the mouth, out of the other side of the mouth, they talk about we have freedom and democracy. Well, you don't have democracy when the government is immune to public opinion. So, and you can find this immunity to public opinion everywhere. And you can find the public itself doesn't seem to appreciate free speech. For example, what is the main feature of American public discourse recently? You look at what comes out of the WikiLeaks saga. You have people demanding revenge against people who tell us the truth.
Well, they're calling for the death of Julian Assange.
Right. And so many ordinary Americans agree. So...
well, they're calling for my execution then. You know how many secret documents we've put out? I mean, that's the end of the free press. I even heard them calling for prosecution of the newspapers that publish this stuff. I mean...
yes, okay, Alex, I'm sure that you're right about that. And here's what I think the fear is. This coming year, starting tomorrow, as far as I can tell, there's no possibility of an economic recovery. It's probably going to be a resumption of the downturn. There doesn't seem to be anything in place to halt these gratuitous wars of conquest and occupation. And yet everyone is frustrated with them. I mean, probably the people would support them if we were winning, or if we could present it more convincingly that we're winning. And so Obama is probably toast. And so that leaves the Republicans. Now, even more than the Democrats, the Republicans have become a party of brown shirts. They don't believe in civil liberties. Civil liberties is something that coddles criminals and coddles terrorists and lets liberal judges let people off who should be punished and all of that. So the conservatives don't care about the Bill of Rights. It's something that's in the way of their agendas. They want to get people and punish them. And so we'll end up with the Republicans in the White House and controlling the Congress. And, of course, what are their doctrines? Well, they believe in the primacy of the executive branch over the other branches. You know, this is their unitary executive theory. And they believe in the hegemonic right of Americans to rule the world. And so I think 2012 will mark the end of American democracy. We're probably in the last year of it right now. It'll continue to be eroded.
Stay there. Powerful intel from Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, former head of the Treasury policy, father of Reaganomics.
Your natural organic herbal formula for heart health is Heart and Body Extract.
My name is Van, and I'm 68 years old, and I live in Vermont. In the spring of 2003, I started to have problems with my heart. It felt like my heart was pounding, made me feel breathless. I tried many different things to try to get some help for myself. Nothing did anything.
Heart and Body Extract is very powerful, very effective, and works quickly.
I saw one of Sharon's ads and ordered Heart and Body Extract. I noticed a difference quickly, within days. The episodes became less frequent, and by a month had completely vanished.
Usually you find a 30-day or 60-day guarantee. Heart and Body Extract comes with a lifetime 100% ironclad money-back guarantee. Details at hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305. Call 866-295-5305. 866-295-5305 for Heart and Body Extract.
Is it really possible to get out of debt without payment plans or attorneys? 18 years ago, we developed a program that has made thousands debt-free in just 90 days. It's called Zero Debt in 90 Days, and it works for all credit card debt, medical bills, even collection lawsuits.
When I first joined, I was being sued. So I used the program methods, and after filing one piece of paper, the collection lawsuit was dismissed.
With Zero Debt in 90 days, your success is guaranteed in writing. There is no other program of its kind. Don't be alone when creditors gang up on you. Let our team of experts provide the resources to fight back and stop creditors in only 90 days, guaranteed. Prevent wage garnishments, bank levies, and stop collection calls with our proven program. Call Zero Debt in 90 days now, 800-477-9256, and ask for free information from an expert who also completed our program. 800-477-9256 or ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com. 800-477-9256 or ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com.
As many people know, ever since President Nixon took us off the gold standard, the U.S. dollar has been devaluating. What people don't know, however, is how this directly affects your personal finances. Is there a way to protect your portfolios from losing value? The answer to all of this is gold and silver. They both have maintained their purchasing power for 6,000 years. If you had $100,000 in cash and $100,000 in gold and silver back in 1913 and kept them until now, your cash would have the buying power of only $4,800, but your gold and silver would have the buying power of $3 million. The answer to protecting your assets is simple. Call John Ballman today at 1-800-686-2237, extension 169. Get all your questions answered before your money is worth zero. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 169. Take action today while we still accept paper dollars for gold. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 169.
Folks, you've heard us talk about Home Gain before. Home Gain is now offering a special promo where you get up to $150 when you buy or sell a home with a Home Gain agent you find through their Find a Realtor program. Home Gain lets you compare realtors anonymously. It's easy. Go to homegain150.com to find and compare realtors anonymously. Enter promo code HOMEGAIN150 and receive up to $150 when you close a deal with a Home Gain agent. Share the Home Gain 150 promo code with your friends via Facebook, Twitter, text, and more. Look for Max, the Home Gain Gorilla, to find out more about how Home Gain is going to pay you. Visit homegain150.com today to enter your promo code and get paid for buying or selling a house. That's HOMEGAIN150.com. Unfortunately, I have to completely agree with Dr. Paul Craig Roberts. This has been a long-term military-industrial complex takeover of the United States, and we've been used as the engine of the planet, the engine of tyranny worldwide. Doctor, finishing up the point that you were making about 2011 and the final preparations for the complete end of the Republic.
Well, I think we finished it, Alex. You can't, there's nothing on the scene that's coming to the defense of civil liberty and the Constitution or of accountable government. And there's no sign of any opposition to the snowballing police state. And we see repeatedly from agencies of the federal government a complete contempt for the public. For example, the TSA, the airport security people, they have made it completely clear that they will arrive at no accommodation with the American people other than the violation of their persons that they impose by brute force. We have the Secretary of Defense, which is a euphemism, saying that we're going to conduct wars and don't care what the people think because they don't have anything to do with our decisions. And we have all this massive spying, not just on state and local governments and our war protesters, but essentially on everybody. And the accumulation of massive numbers of dossiers on people. Well, there couldn't possibly be that many terrorists. If there were that many terrorists, the whole country would be going up in explosions right now. In fact, the only acts of terrorism that we ever see are the orchestrated cases that are part of FBI, what they call sting operations. They go out and find some hapless guy and provoke him into some plot that they give him and string this along, and then they capture him.
Well, the total confirmation of that is, Dr. Roberts, is the TSA has now announced 9,000 locations with telescreens giving you orders to spy on other shoppers and your family, TSA to be on the streets everywhere. I mean, this is a federal goon force that sticks its hands down your pants, which is prisoner submission training.
Mm-hmm. Well, when they got away with 9/11, that sealed our fate because that became the excuse. And you still don't see any real challenge other than from the truthers, which the government and the mainstream media, and as far as I can tell, the majority of people keep marginalized despite their qualifications and the rigor of their research and reasoning. So I think when they got away with 9/11, that's when they captured everything because everything else flows from that. That's the excuse. That's where the war on terror came from. That's where all of the police state implications.
But I don't want to end this interview on a negative note here because Geraldo Rivera has come out and said he doesn't believe Building 7 story. Judge Andrew Napolitano says it's a complete fraud. It needs to be investigated. We've seen, just a lot of positive. Matt Drudge is now linking to articles that we write that talk about stage terror. I mean, things are really, I think people are waking up. It's always darkest before the dawn. I mean, even The Guardian says the TSA state-mandated molestation. I mean, I think they've gone too far. I think we've got a dog in the fight.
Well, it suits me. I don't want them to prevail, but the population itself is really not sufficiently clued in, and time is vanishing in which there will still be the ability to act. And in fact, what you'll see happen, the population will end up electing the Republican goons who will complete the police state. That's my opinion. Now, I'm perfectly happy if I'm wrong. And I don't know what's going to happen to the judge and to Geraldo. And usually news people who dissent from the line find their career over. Now, look what happened to Helen Thomas so quickly. So I don't know what will happen to them now if they survive and they go on and they continue. But, you got to be skeptical of more.
Well, hold on, Doc. I know you're only scheduled for 30, and I got to get to calls, but let's come back and put bookends on this. Finish your statement. We'll do about 3 minutes with you on the other side going into the new year. Any other predictions? Then I'm going straight to your phone calls continually, right through with Max Kaiser and Bob Chapman. Dr. Paul Craig Roberts is our guest.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much